5 stars. Heartbreak, sobriety, career stuff, burnout. Let's talk about all of it. It's time to get over it now. It's time to heal from that now. He said the words to me like, we're getting engaged this year. A 3-year relationship ended over text. Girl, who are you? And get out of our body. Like, anyway, you know what I mean? I started writing my book. I've never felt so weak in my life. No, actually, I am allowed to change my mind. Goals for the next 6 weeks. So stupid! I hired an Etsy psychic. God, and it just feels good to start over. God, it feels good to start over. All right. Let me just crack my sunshine flavored LaCroix really quick in case you wondered what sunshine tastes like. I wondered. Cheers. Hi, what is up? My name's Avery, but you can call me Ave. This is literally just a catch-up video, where I've been at, what I've been doing, what the next little bit is gonna look like for me. So much has changed. Welcome to my channel. If you're new here, we talk about all things books, writing, anything dramatic. I'm gonna talk about it. I'm also super dramatic and I am your host. So it makes a lot of sense. I love to yap, I'm weird, I'm sensitive, and that's really all you need to know about me. But yeah, like I said, there's a lot going on. I wanna talk about all of it. I wanna talk about how I'm feeling about all of it. First, I just wanna start this video by saying that I'm proud of you. I see you. You're working so hard. You are becoming. I just wanted to acknowledge that you're killing it right now because honestly, I feel like that's what you need to hear. Yes, I am going through some difficult things in my own life and like, honestly, not even. Like literally, I was gonna say that, but it's like, actually, no, like this is just life. I don't wanna keep categorizing it as like going through things because it's like, we literally always are. That's what life is. But yeah, the reason I want to talk about these things on here is because I cannot tell you how many YouTubers over the years, from when I was in my teens to my early 20s and now, like have created videos that have been there for me in times when like I just really needed to feel less alone. And it gave me hope when I couldn't really find it elsewhere or within myself. And I feel like I'm in a really unique point in my life right now, so I feel like talking about it is good. But also I just figure if this video reaches anyone and helps someone, that would make me so happy. So just know, from a 24-year-old girl to whoever is watching this video right now, I see you, I understand you, and we're gonna get through it together. We're gonna get through it together. So anyway, this is me starting my life over at 24. First things first, we need to talk about what I've been reading. I feel like this is an important thing for me to put in every video because I have been reading so much lately, which number one, having time to read is, I'm realizing, essential to me. And I was not making time for that like last year at all. So getting back to that has felt so good. I figured I'd start out by talking about what I'm currently reading. You know, I had to go get them. I have been reading the Throne of Glass series. I started by reading Throne of Glass. This, honestly, I think it was the perfect first book in the series, but for me, this was a 4. I was bought in, but I wasn't fully bought in until I finished Crown of Midnight literally this morning. 5 stars. All I really want to say about this book to you is, because everyone fucking knows about this series, there's no better time in my life for me to be reading this series because of our badass female main character. Everything is resonating. I love her so much, and seriously, she's like so great. She's just one of those female protagonists that you're just like, go girl, go. Like, she's so great. Anyway, I absolutely loved Crown of Midnight, and I am now on to The Assassin's Blade. I haven't even cracked this yet, but I'm on the 3rd book of the series. I honestly am not much of a series person, like most of the time when it comes to books. Like I'm kind of like a one and done, but who knows? I may continue on with the series and end up reading all the books. I think there's like quite a bit more to this series. I can't even remember how many books are in this series, but there's more than those. So we'll see how I feel after reading The Assassin's Blade, but that is what I've been reading. So now let's get on to the real shit. Let's talk about heartbreak, sobriety, career stuff, burnout. Let's talk about all of it. So at the beginning of this year, in January of 2026, I fully started out the year. I knew that I was going to be leaving my corporate job. I worked in a digital marketing job that I was commuting for 3 days a week to the city. A lot of burnout was happening there. I was just really struggling. Like at the end of last year and at the beginning of this year, I was struggling. I was feeling so overwhelmed, so burnt out, so unfulfilled in my career. And I couldn't figure out what I could do to make myself happy. And so I quit my job and I started a cleaning company. But we'll get into that in a little bit. I started out this year knowing that I was going to be doing that, and then I also thought that this was going to be the year that I got engaged and moved in with my boyfriend. We were at a point where that was just like the next step, honestly. We had been together for 2.5 years almost. I don't know. Not quite, but that was like, it was 100%. This was something that we talked about. He said the words to me, like, we're getting engaged this year. And I was really happy about it. Like, honestly, I thought, okay, this is great. Like, I'm doing the things. I was feeling insecure in my career and I was like feeling small. I was like, I'm trying to start this up and I felt really very reliant on my support system, which he was like number one and like a major part of. So I felt really good about going into this year because I'm like, you know, I'm figuring things out on my end and I'm really pivoting in my career. Like that was a really big pivot and I had been through so much and I had realized so much that I was like, but you know, I've got my person and you know, we've built this foundation together and it's all just like really great. Now, a little bit of context. I am not going to sit here and like talk about my love life in detail because that's actually not really the point. Like, I don't want to do that on this channel ever really, but this experience, like, again, genuinely shaped me and traumatized me. So I feel like it is my right to kind of talk about it and help others feel less alone because obviously these are universal things that happen. And I know that my situation, of course, it's got its uniqueness, but it's definitely like other people have gone through this very similar stuff. So, but something to note is we had broken up once before in our relationship, and last spring we decided to get back together. So we had actually just celebrated 1 year since we had gotten back together. This was like less than a month ago. We celebrated 1 year since we had gotten back together. There was so much work that had gone into us getting back together. This was not a seamless decision, and I honestly should have known back then when I was the one that took him back after he had left me completely high and dry. And it took me a long time. Actually, I don't know if I ever really did get over that, but it's time to get over it now. It's time to heal from that now, and we'll get to that. But we got back together, and I don't regret getting back together. I wouldn't be the person that I am right now if I hadn't also gone through this experience. Like, I do not regret it, but it has caused a lot of pain for me. I decided to trust him again, decided all of this. We did so much work. Things were different. I had boundaries for myself. It was great. Honestly, I thought that we were killing the game. But this was short-lived. And at the beginning of this year in January, I really felt like, okay, my anxiety is really bad all the time. And I'm quitting my job, which was causing me a lot of stress, and obviously the commute and everything was just like really burning me out. But I'm like, why am I still feeling this overwhelmed and sad? And then, you know, I think I started to realize like there was just like a really unhealthy attachment going on and with a lot of empty promises tied to it. And I was being put in my most anxious attachment, and I was met with an anxious avoidance. which is the same exact thing that happened the first time around, by the way. People will never surprise you. You literally just have to listen to what they show you, not what they tell you. I did not like the person that I became in this relationship, and I couldn't see it when I was in it. There were flickers of me seeing it, and I definitely saw myself slipping into like this really, really low self-esteem, like, do you love me? Do you, like, are you gonna leave me? Like that kind of thing. It's like, I've never been like that in my whole entire life. So to feel the level of like trauma that his abandonment from the past had given me, there were a lot of things outside of his control, I will say. But again, everything is a choice. So, in the end, our breakup was mutual, but he beat me to it by sending me a text. So, a 3-year relationship ended over text. Anyway, I was down bad for like 3 weeks straight. 3 weeks straight, it was crying. 3 weeks straight, it was just anxiety in my stomach as soon as I wake up. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Like, I literally feel like I just started sleeping again. I just started eating again. Like, I felt everything from the first time around again. Like, it all just came rushing back. And again, I think part of me always knew. Part of me maybe always knew, and my body was trying to tell me this whole time. I mean, my body was literally screaming at me. There was like, I was trying to claw to the surface of like, girl, who are you? And get out of our body. Like, stand up. Like, seriously, stand up. Like, I've never felt so weak in my life. But when you have to make yourself small to fit into someone's life, I became the smallest version in my own life too. It's you can't just be small somewhere. Like, I was small everywhere. And I was a shell of the person that I used to be. And quitting my corporate job, like, yeah, the color was coming back into my face and I was doing a lot better, but there was still just something eating at me. And it was really bad. But I'm doing so much better now. I still have my moments. Obviously, it's really, really fresh, but also I've already grieved this relationship once before, so the second time around doesn't even hit as hard, honestly. Like, not even to be, no tea, no shade. I loved him. I loved him so much. I always will have love for him. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I hate him. No, I mean, I was with him for 3 years. So if I say that I hate him, then there's actually something wrong with me because I'm the one that was with him for 3 years. So it's like, I'm at a point, I can feel anger, I can feel sadness, I can feel all my feelings, but nothing beats the level of peace that I've reached within the fact that our relationship is over and that it will never, ever be resurrected. Anyway, I love how I said I'm not going to go into detail, but like, this relationship, I mean, it seriously ruined me for a long time, and then it ruined me again, and I think you just get to a point where you're like, I'm done. I won't ever go back. Like, there's not ever a chance. Like, I'm done for good, and that's a really, really good feeling, because the first time around, if I'm being honest with myself, I wasn't done. I wasn't done, and now I'm done. There's just been this shift in me that's like, I'm done. That is honestly mainly the number one thing that's like, I'm starting my life over at 24. And when I tell you that I could not be more excited to say those words to you, it took a minute for me to get excited about that. I was scared. I was overwhelmed. I was like, what am I doing? But then I was like, girl, chill. You're literally 24 and the world is your fucking oyster. The world is literally your fucking oyster. In those weeks that I was reeling, maybe I'll insert some videos and pictures of what that looked like so that I don't forget. During that time, I literally have the best people in my life possible. I cannot say all of that without saying I do not know how I would have gotten through without my friends and my amazing family. I live with my sister and her girlfriend, well, Beyonce, by the time I'm done filming this. But that's a whole other thing. She's getting engaged today. Mwah, love you. So honestly, like, that built-in support system, I spent a lot of time at my parents' house in the past few weeks. But I kept feeling like, oh my gosh, like, So he felt like home to me, like he was my home, regardless of if it was unhealthy, if it was toxic, whatever. He was my home, and I was very, very, very deeply attached to him, the way that a child is to their blanket. Like, I'm not even kidding. It was really bad. He was definitely my safe haven. I loved him so fiercely. And so in the days and weeks after that, like, I literally kept telling my friend Haley and my mom, like, I feel like I don't belong anywhere. Like, nowhere is home. Nowhere's home. Like, I just can't be anywhere. Like, I would sleep here. I would sleep at my parents, and I felt like I didn't belong anywhere. Like, nowhere is home. And I'm gonna try not to cry. I said this to my friend Haley one night, and she said, well, he was your home, but all that means is, like, the whole world is your home now. That hit me so hard. That hit me so hard. Anyway, I love the people in my life so much, and I am feeling like this is my home again. I've reclaimed my space. I've reclaimed the land, as Miss Taylor would say. I can reclaim the land. Literally, I've reclaimed my fucking body. I've reclaimed myself. Like, it's just like the most magical thing to regain yourself. And I thought that I had regained my sense of self, like, after I left my job, but realized I didn't even remember who that was anymore. So regaining her again, like, I feel like I'm back down to earth. Like, I just feel like I'm back down to earth now. And that's a really great feeling. I'm single. I am self-employed currently, but let's talk about that. So when I left my corporate job, I was so burnt out from the commute, from the work itself, from just everything. It felt unmanageable. And so I decided to take a complete 180 and start a cleaning company. Like, literally myself. I still am currently cleaning houses. Honestly, it makes a lot of sense that I wanted this because it was the exact opposite of what I was doing at my desk job. It was great. It's been great. Like, seriously, it's been great. But I think two things happened. Physically, I was having a lot of wrist strain and muscle strain. And honestly, I think I was just overworking myself at the beginning of the year. But that also I think over time, the newness of that also wore off. And I was like, I don't really think I want to do this forever. And, like, I don't want to, like, make it as big as I thought I wanted to make it. And I don't want to, like, take this and build the empire that I thought I wanted to build. I only wanted to keep doing it at the level I was doing it at and am doing it at. And that was kind of scary because I had just, quit my job. And within these few months, I was kind of doing both. I was given, I won't go super detailed, but I was given kind of a unique opportunity to do both. And then was done there, and I was doing this full time, and that's when it kind of sunk in. I'm like, I just know. It's good for right now, but it's not what I want to do. And I kind of had to make that decision, like, and just kind of be honest about it, because I had a lot of people that I had told about this, and but it's like, no, actually I am allowed to change my mind. So I had a career coach during this time that helped me kind of piece together my brain. And in this little period that I'm in now, where I'm a little bit between jobs, since I know that this is temporary for me, I feel like I really was able to kind of start finding myself again. Like, as a creative, I started posting content again. I started writing my book, which is the main thing that I talk about on this channel. So if you're new here, I am writing my first ever fiction novel, and I'm doing it entirely independently, and I'm bringing you along for the entire process. I have so much fun shit coming up for writing content. And I haven't been writing much these past few weeks because I was in the depths of despair, the depths of actual hell. But best believe when I'm back, baby, we are gonna be so back. That is something really major that I decided to start doing during this time. And now that I've even more so found myself again, I just know that the sky is the absolute limit for my book, and it is literally the love of my life. I want to pour my heart and soul into it, and that's gonna be like my love affair is writing this book because I don't have room for any other love affair in my life. So for now, I'm cleaning, and it's nice because it's not a job that requires my brain to really be on outside of that. So it's great work. It's great exercise too. I love the clients that I clean for. I think it's like the perfect thing. I kind of compare it to like taking a gap year, and this wasn't even intentional. Like I fully had a plan of starting this business and like going balls to the walls, like for real. You should have heard me talking about it in the winter. I was like, whoo, I'm going. And I was cleaning so much. Again, I overdid it and ended up hurting myself because you know me, I gotta go full speed ahead into something. But I'm kind of now choosing to look at it as my gap year because I never took a gap year in college. I worked all through college, really. So whatever, like if this is my gap summer, like I'm living for it. And I think that there's no better way to be spending my time right now because number one, it was really clutch going through this breakup to just be able to fully sit with my feelings and be like, this sucks and I want to dwell and wallow, and I did. But it also accelerated my healing, which there's a lot of healing left to do. I'm obviously like I said, this whole next year and especially these next 6 months, like we are healing. It's like I'm able to sit here and I hardly cried making this video. That's because I've made so much peace with it. Like everything just makes sense. Another thing that I will say, I want to talk about this because I feel like some people are scared to talk about this. I have gotten sober from a habit that I was doing very consistently. I loved to garden. Not gonna say much more than that because I don't want YouTube to hate me. But I have stopped entirely. And we have regained our clarity, our mental clarity, our physical wellness, my self-esteem. Like, I don't need that shit anymore. Also, not judging anyone for doing anything at all. This was a completely personal decision that I made. And I realized also that I was using it to cope with everything, mainly in my relationship. So now that I'm not in that, it was a lot easier for me to identify like, oh, I don't feel like I need to cope as much anymore. Like maybe that was why I was coping with that. And honestly, like looking back, I think I knew in the moment too, but like there was a lot of enabling going on in the relationship, and I don't need that shit around me. And I'm actually already feeling 10 times healthier without it around me. So whatever, girl, you made a decision that's good for you. Good for you. That's all I'm trying to say. I'm really proud of myself. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I coped with this for so long. You know what I mean? Like I was going hard at it. I don't really care who knows. It's legal in Michigan. Like I literally don't give a fuck. But I felt shame. And it was because I knew that I was using it to cope. And I feel like anything that you're using to cope in excessive amounts is like bad for you. Literally any of it. So now I drink tea at night. I'm not kidding. Like that's what I do instead. And yeah. And another thing I want to say is like talking about writing a book, like at first I was like, oh my gosh, all my creativity, like, is it going to go away? No, actually it's going to get better because now you're like fully have control of your brain again. Also for mental health reasons, like I struggle with anxiety and depression very naturally. And so that shit is like actually, if we're being honest, like it's actually the worst thing that you could be, at least for me. I was experiencing like, it was only short-term relief from those things. And it would actually make the long-term much worse. So everything in moderation. I'm not saying that like I'm done for good, but like I'm taking a very long break from the things that do not serve me, and it's going to feel so good. I just know I'm kind of just shedding the skin of who I was during that time. I did not like myself. I'm learning to love myself again now, but I hadn't done it for so long that it just was like, I got so used to just like hating myself all the time. And I thought it was just normal. And there were a lot of reasons. I'm also really sensitive and I'm mean to myself sometimes. And I think that that's normal, but I'm very much now on this healing path. Last Sunday, I wrote down my goals for the next 6 weeks. And I kind of just wrote this to like ground myself to my goals so that I don't wake up one morning and be like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, no, it's all right here and you're actually entirely on track. So that was one of them, is getting sober from that, a complete detox of that. And I'm actually on day 6. No big deal. No big deal. I've been consistent about taking my vitamins. I've been starting every day with water and meditation, drinking water instead of drinking caffeine right away in the morning. That's a really bad habit of mine. We drink water and meditate in the morning. Posting on YouTube more. Write without being critical of myself, read every day, and then I want to make a list of jobs and places, occupations to explore. I'm kind of in this exploration phase where I really want to make sure my next step is absolutely 100% going to at least, maybe not be my absolute 100% thing, but like absolutely put me on the right track. So that's really important. Building a routine that grounds me. Less doom scrolling. I actually set a 30-minute app limit on Instagram because that's the only app that I like scroll on endlessly and I could really lose myself on. And I've been spending significantly less time. Also, just on a side note with that, when it comes to breakups and social media, I am a proponent of a full swipe of everyone that you know from that person. Whatever. Me personally, my justification of this is like, I can't be scrolling one day and then see someone who I know from him and be like, oh, and it just sends me down a rabbit hole. It's like, no, you really just, it's a clean break. Like, there's no residue there. Movement every day. I've been really good about this. I actually lifted weights yesterday and I am so sore. My body is so fucking sore, but it feels so good. There are a couple races that I want to sign up for this summer. I have concerts that I want to go to, so I really want to get those tickets and plan them so that I make sure I do it. I wrote down weird works because I was watching Minnow Pontero on YouTube last weekend. The main theme of the cards in the tarot reading was just like, do what's weird for you. Be weird. Embrace the weird. And that just, obviously, I took that one and ran. Don't rush. Slow down. There's absolutely no rush in me figuring things out. Everything is happening in due time. Be in the lake as much as possible. I grew up and live very close to one of the Great Lakes, so I best be in that every day that I'm able to this summer. And I wrote, I will have a new improved version of myself by mid-August. Wrote at the top here that the next 6 weeks demand uncomfortable consistency, not clever new beginnings. So that is kind of my next 6 weeks. And the beauty of it is very obviously privileged and blessed that I live with my sister and that I live affordably for where I'm at in my life right now. So super, super blessed by that. It's very much healing girl summer. I feel like I am seriously at a clean slate point in my life. I have no prospects. I actually do have a work opportunity coming up soon. It's a contractor opportunity. So I'm really excited about that actually. It was kind of serendipitous. Like I was reached out to about that like the same week that my relationship ended. So that felt like, oh, we're like, you're still wanted, you're still valuable. And I was obviously in a really low place and I was stressing out like, oh my gosh, I tied all my plans to this person and I just like have nothing for myself, but that's absolutely not true. I have everything for myself, and God, it's so stupid that I was thinking that way. So stupid! But again, being on the other side, I'm able to recognize like all of the things that I was deprived of, and if I went crazy, like I was driven there, and I'm able to make peace with my own accountability in the situation. And again, I have literally made the vow to myself that I do not want a relationship anytime soon. When I say that the book I'm writing and the career I'm building and this body that I'm pouring everything into, that is where my priority lies right now. Like making sure that my soul is being fed and that the way that I want to show up in the world for other people and for myself and for everything around me, that is what I'm striving towards, is that version of myself that I really, really want to put into the world, because that's some of the only choices that we have really in life. Like we don't get to choose much else sometimes, but you do get to choose how you want to show up. And I can't believe that I was allowing myself to show up that way for so long. But I understand, like I was comfortable and I was secure. So I really feel like the opportunity that is in front of me is like the biggest blessing in disguise. Like obviously I had to go through heartbreak. I've had to go through stress. I've had to go through so many emotions this past year, just with everything, just talking broadly. Like, it just kind of feels like I'm in the calm after the chaos now, and I also have a beautiful Michigan summer to enjoy while I'm figuring things out, and I have the best support system around me while I figure things out. I have setbacks, and there's still so many things that I want to work on, but now I finally feel like I have the time and space to work on them. After being on an uncertain and kind of like a path that felt maybe like a little wrong under the surface for so long, now it's like I've never felt so sure that I'm going in the right direction, just because I'm like realigned again with who I am and what I want. I really truly hope that if any of you are feeling stuck right now in anything, like whether it's your job, your relationship, a friendship, a family situation, a living situation, I hear you. I spent the majority of last year stuck. And the year before that, and even the year before that. It wasn't really until I had to stand up and realize I have free will that I was able to be like, oh, I'm not gonna stay stuck anymore. And then honestly, the most beautiful thing happens, but like following your intuition and not letting other people tell you what to do. Oh, let me just say, I made some decisions in this past year that people would probably be like, what the fuck are you doing? But here's the thing. I've never felt so damn good about it in my life, because I've never felt so sure. Like, once you just believe that there's more out there for you, there's a whole world. And when you keep yourself small, you keep yourself stuck, like, you're not going to be able to reach your full potential. You have so much more potential in you than you realize. One girlie to another, realize that shit, dude. Realize it before it's too damn late. Some exciting things coming up. A vlog that I'm super excited about. I am going to my favorite place next week. It is actually the place that the setting of the book that I'm writing is based off of. And it is my safest haven in the entire world. It is the most beautiful place to me in the entire world. And it's in Michigan. So stay tuned for that. I'm going with my parents, which is super wholesome and fun. This is a place that I go with my parents like at least once a year. Recently, we've been doing this. They found it really, and they've just shown it to me, and I love it so much. I actually can't explain the energy that I feel when I'm there, but I will be vlogging it. I will hopefully be writing. I'll be taking a lot of pictures and videos and gathering inspo. Just had to tell you that that's coming, because that vlog, it's like a no-brainer. Like, I have to vlog that. I'm super excited to show you around, and hopefully it can give you a little bit of a little insight into my brain of like, yeah, this is where my little characters are going to be running around on the page. And it's just really fun. I've been really kind of like tapping into my spirituality more too, which has felt really good. It just feels like there's such a realignment happening, and I'm just feeling so at peace and like so excited about what's next. And there's so many signs right now just pointing at a blessing in disguise that has happened, that has ended. A new chapter is beginning, and I need to do the things that I'm afraid to do, or do the things that maybe require extra out of me, because those are the things that I'm absolutely going to find success in and that are meant for me. And so just being intuitive, being sober now, I can really be like, this is how I feel. There's no outside external factors going into this anymore. I don't have a person that I'm tied to in a relationship that can kind of influence the way I'm thinking. Not that that was happening, but it was. I mean, it just does naturally in a relationship. I'm just kind of a free bird, pouring into my friendships, pouring into myself, pouring into my family. And there's like just so much exciting stuff going on. And I can't believe that I thought I was going to get engaged this year, because I just need to dream bigger than that. Like, that's not my dream right now. My dreams lie within me. And also, okay, really quick, I will also tell you that I hired an Etsy psychic to do a detailed reading for me. It really moved me, which I think is the point at the end of it all. Like, I got something out of it, and that's really all that matters to me. She had a lot to say, but really a lot of it was just like, lay low, head down, and focus, and like you are in a self-discovery period, and you will find your person when you aren't looking for him, and you will find your person when you are excelling in what you are meant to do. So it's like even more motivation for me to like get my career and my like whole self figured out, because it's like my person's waiting for me at the end of it. I think that's why I decided to pay the $7.50 some cents for the Etsy psychic reading, because I just needed something to like give me that little bit of hope. Like I said, I've been tapping into more of a spiritual side of myself, and I just think it's nice because I've always kind of felt a pull towards that, but there was still like a lot of exploration that needed to happen. And fortunately for me, I got exposed to a lot of different, how do I put this? I had a lot of exposure to religion in the past few years, and I think it's kind of helped me weed out what I do believe, what I don't believe, figuring out like what feels really good to me. Like I already know, but I just want to dive deeper. But yeah, that's where I'm at. We are starting over, just a girl trying to find a place in this world all day today. Okay, obviously I'm a Swiftie, but all day today I have had the song The Bolter stuck in my head, and specifically the bridge where she goes, she's laughing drawing aces. I just was like, oh, she kind of is drawing aces though. Anyway, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. I've learned so much from this relationship. Like I really think it was my first adult relationship, and like really real, and we dealt with like real shit together, and that was the first time I had ever really done that in a relationship. And we just were faced with a lot of things together. So we did our best with them, and I'm learning from it, and I'm moving forward. Like I now know what I want. I know what I don't want. I have expectations. I'm more evolved. All from the Olivia Rodrigo song Expectations, because that album has also been entirely fueling this breakup for me. Like The Cure, Less, Begged, especially Cigarette Smoke. Speaking of, she's actually one of the concerts that I'm absolutely going to be traveling for in the fall. I am booking a full trip around it. She's not coming to Michigan, but there's no way that I'm not seeing that album on tour. I have to see it. It got me through like the worst freaking weeks of my life. Like the second half of 2026 is ours for the taking. Like I feel like with this realignment, like anything is possible. These past 6 months I was in survival mode the entire time, complete survival mode. These next 6 months it's time to heal. It's time to heal her heart, her soul, her body, everything, and then it's time to just absolutely fly and just do all the things that I've been saying I want to do, and like get serious about them. And yeah, this channel actually is a really big part of that, and I am just so excited and ecstatic to be on here talking to you, and to also just be talking to you about writing in some of these upcoming videos that I have. Like it's just gonna be so much fun. We're gonna get back to writing. We're gonna have that amazing writing trip. Like there's so much good shit coming up on the horizon. If any of this resonates, or if you're just purely entertained by my chaos, like if you're down for the ride, hit the subscribe, like this video, tell me if this is what you want to be seeing. Again, I've watched so many videos over the years of people that are in unique spots in their life. And we say unique, but it's like, it's not really. There are people going through stuff like this very similarly. We're all trying to find ourselves. And so in the process of finding yourself, like you learn a lot and you experience a lot that you would not be experiencing if you weren't on this journey. And talking about it is essential, and talking about it with other people and sharing your experience and listening to others' experience. Like I think that that's actually like number one, because otherwise it's a very lonely road. It's a very lonely path. Life is messy. We are literally on a spinning rock. We are flesh and bones. Like we're gonna be okay. Everything is happening in due time. We're starting over at 24. We're starting over at 30. We're starting over at 50. I don't care. You are able to start your life over at any time, because guess what? You're never starting from scratch. God, and it just feels good to start over. God, it feels good to start over and reimagine my life. And fuck, give yourself a hug, pat yourself on the back. You are doing so good, I promise. I'm so thankful that you're here. If you made it to this point in the video, like seriously, you, number one, you know way too much now. Number two, thank you so much for watching and being here. It's gonna be a really, and I'm not even just saying this, like, I'm so excited for what's to come in the near future, and even in the far future. Like, the literal possibilities are endless. If you're down to come along for the ride for all of that, like, buckle up, because it's gonna be really fucking fun. I love you so much. Thank you for being here, and I will see you so soon in my next video. Bye!